I help build one of the world's most accurate business valuation tools with more than a 90% accuracy rate, and it's been tried and tested to sell more than $300 million worth of online businesses. Now, in this video today, I'm going to break down how business valuations work and some of the ways you can actually go about increasing the valuation of your business in just a few months before you actually go ahead and sell it. Business valuations is likely one of the most important things to understand, whether you're looking to buy, sell, or just build a profitable empire. Because if you're a founder, entrepreneur, or just someone with a cash flowing business, knowing how to value that business is like knowing what your house is worth before putting it on the market. It's absolutely essential. Now, the truth is, a lot of people get this process wrong. Unfortunately, most times they're overvaluing or overestimating the price or valuation of their business. They either think their business is worth way more than it actually is because of how much effort they poured into it, or they undersell it and leave thousands and sometimes millions on the table. So how do you figure out what your business is actually worth? The most important thing about understanding the business valuation and how much your business is worth is getting the numbers correct and getting correct on a longer time period. The biggest, most important number you need to understand is your trailing 12 months or the TTM of your business profitability, meaning what was the average net profit over their trailing 12 months. So this is going to be after expenses for the last 12 months. And this number tells the real story of how your business is doing today, not what it might become one day. Say your business is making $10,000 per month in net profit consistently for the last year, your TTM is then $10,000. So with this core number in mind, you should go ahead and look at what are going to be the things that a new buyer would need to undertake and need to have to make sure the business is running and achieving that $10,000 per month income and profitability. There's a lot of complexities here, but I'm trying to simplify it as much as possible. Understanding this number is going to be essential because if you don't have this number correct, your business valuation facts and figures are not going to come out accurately. So let's dig into a real world example on how a business valuation actually works. Let's say you're making, again, this $10,000 per month in net profit over the last 12 months on average, and that amount is very stable. A typical valuation range for an online business is going to be in the range of 30 to 60x that monthly net profit. So in the case of the lower end valuation, that $10,000 per month profit is going to be multiplied times 30, giving you a valuation of $300,000. And on the high end, it's going to give you a valuation of $600,000. Now, most likely your business is going to fall somewhere in between. Now, you might be thinking, what is the difference between the 30x and the 60x multiple? Now, that's an important thing to unpack. Now, if you've made it this far, you must be really interested in finding out how much your business is actually valued. I'm going to leave a link for you just for sticking around this far because I want to make sure that you have access to this tool. Now, this is a tool that I actually built, and you can scan the QR code on the screen here to use it for free and find a business valuation in just a few seconds. This tool has been tried and tested up to more than $300 million in actual business sales and a 90% accuracy rate. So you want to scan the code or just scroll down in the video and click the link in the description to use this tool for free today. So back to it. How do you get the 30x or the 60x multiple? This is an important thing to understand. And essentially, the higher the multiple, the lower the risk or the bigger the moat that your business has. So the multiple isn't just random. Buyers look at risk, scalability, and evergreen systems that are in place. Essentially, a less stable, newer business with fewer systems might go for closer to 30x, but a well-oiled machine with recurring revenue, documented SOPs, great margins, and something that's been having year over year growth is likely to go for the 50 to 60x or even higher. So the goal isn't just to build a profitable business, it's to build a powerful business. And that's going to bring me down to my power framework, which is a 4-step easy process that you can use to actually grow and get an additional income in an exit. And I've helped people implement this same framework and get $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 additional when they go to actually sell their business. So let's dig into the power framework right now. Power formula framework is POWR, And the P is going to stand for the price, meaning that in your business, if you can't control your prices, you can't necessarily have a powerful business. You can have a very profitable business and a very successful one, but it's not going to be powerful and it's not going to be unstoppable. The pricing of your products or services has a huge impact on the margin and perceived value. If you've raised your prices without losing customers and optimized your revenue per customer, you're already ahead of most. Pricing power shows buyers there's room to grow. If you're afraid to raise your prices, ask yourself, are you afraid because your product isn't worth more or because you haven't tried? Price testing is the single-handedly biggest factor to grow your business. If you aren't price testing at least every quarter, you're missing out on additional profits and money.
Guys, if you learned something new there, you're gonna love this next part. I've partnered up with Amazon's Audible to give you a free copy of my #1 best-selling book, Global Career: How to Work Anywhere and Travel Forever. Global Career has been featured in prestigious publications like Forbes, CNBC, Entrepreneur Magazine, and even Lonely Planet. And with over 500 positive reviews, this book has helped hundreds of thousands earn from anywhere. To get your free copy and start a 30-day free trial of Audible, all you have to do is visit globalcareerbook.com/audio today, or just scan the QR code on the screen here.
Next step in the power framework is the O, or the offer. This is essentially going to be able to bundle your services, adding in additional upsells or subscriptions. Essentially, if you're not able to control your full offer and create an irresistible sort of upsell or sort of package, buyers love optionality. So if you're not able to do this, you've essentially created an offer that converts well, but it's not going to be something that's super powerful. Think about how a $99 per month software tool with a 30% conversion rate from trial is going to look on a sales deck versus a single one-time ebook for $19. Which one is going to be more powerful? The W in the power framework stands for who, but essentially this is going to be access and control over your customers. In a lot of businesses like Amazon FBA and some other business models, you don't actually have full access to your customer. Now, my best-selling book on Amazon is great, but I actually don't get access to who actually bought the book, who downloaded it, and who actually read it. So unfortunately, in that framework, it's not as powerful as it would be from me selling my book directly to customers, which luckily for me, I'm able to do both. So essentially with the customer list and loyalty, a buyer isn't just buying your business, they're buying your audience. If you've got a loyal customer base, a solid email list, or even a strong social media following that buys from you repeatedly, you have some extra leverage in building and having a powerful business. So what's more attractive, a business doing $50K a month from cold Facebook ad funnel, or one that's doing $50K a month from repeat customers who trust the brand? One is a slot machine, the other is a community. So for that $50K per month on Facebook ads, they might have to spend $20,000 to generate that $50K, but from an email list or social media, it might only be a few $1,000s per month. So you can see how much bigger the profit margins are there and the scalability of building up something like that. There's a famous quote from Einstein that the 8th wonder of the world is compound interest, but in my opinion, the 9th wonder of the world is recurring revenue. Recurring revenue is the last part of my power framework, and it's the most important thing to consider. If there's a magic bullet in business valuations, it's recurring revenue. SaaS companies, subscriptions, memberships, anything that brings in predictable income every single month is going to increase the multiple of your business valuation. Imagine a business making $10,000 per month from one-off sales. That might be valued at 30 to 40x, but that same 10,000 comes from 500 customers on a $20 per month subscription with a long time value or lifetime value that's more than a few years. Now we're talking at the 50x or even 60x because we're reliability and reduced churn risk. Now you can see in those examples how much more stability a business with recurring revenue has, and essentially that stability is what is going to protect a buyer in an acquisition. So you really need to put on the lens of how is my business valued from a potential buyer's perspective. Now, if you want help actually selling your business or getting an exit for hundreds or even millions of dollars higher than what it is now, I'm going to leave a link below where you can actually reach out to me. We can set up a free consultation. And I'm also going to leave a ton of free stuff down, how you can access the valuation tool for absolutely free, and some other great resources that will just be free and handy for when you're considering to sell or buy an online business. Again, I'm going to leave a video up here that's going to be hand selected just for you, that's going to give you a ton of value. So make sure you give this a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.